everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one, one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey.
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Desert. How is everybody today? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, live streamers, Facebook people. We are so grateful you're with us today. It's going to be a very, very special Sunday. Not that they all aren't, but we've got Reverend Laura today because Dr. Joe, I think he's watching all of the Tony Award nominees. He's in New York, and I've seen him on Facebook, and I keep saying, I saw this one, I saw that one, so he's having a good time. He needs some rest and relaxation, so he'll be back next week. And we've got a special musical guest, which I'm not going to reveal right now, so you just have to wait on that. Okay, so let's get to announcements. Oh, I'm sorry. Before announcements, let's say our vision and our vision and our mission statement. So please say with me, we are a positive faith community that accepts all religions. Our vision is spiritual awakening and personal growth in a world that works for everyone. Our mission is to help individuals discover the spiritual tools and inner power that has the ability to transform lives and make the world a better place, and so it is, yes. Okay, now onward to the frivolous. There we go. So we have a lot of classes and things that are not happening this week, so I'm about to tell you about what's not happening. There will not be a book study this week with Reverend Laura, as you can see, so don't come. And there will not be a midweek heart opening service on Wednesday, so don't come. And I will not be having my Sacred Circle this Thursday. Why, you might ask, is all this not happening? It's because Reverend Laura and Paul and myself are going to Denver because we're going to learn some cool things about making the center a bigger, better place. So that's where we're going to be. And no, we will not be partying, I swear to God. Oh, just after the seminar. That's when we do that. Okay, I have a class coming up, though, and it's a class called the Metaphysical Bible, and we're going to be learning to read the Bible in a whole new way, where we're going to be able to understand it, and we're going to be able to feel it, and we're going to be able to live it, because we're going beneath the surface of the story, and we're going to be looking at the spiritual truths that we can relate with, because I know that a lot of people read the Bible and they just can't relate. It's ancient text, but we're going to be looking at it so much differently, so please join me. We start June 14th, 10 to 1 p.m. For those of you that like to sleep in, I'm giving you an extra hour to get here, including myself. I need that. It is an accredited class, so if you're on the practitioner track, this class will be an elective class, so it will apply to your classes that you're taking should you want to go on that path. And there are sign-ups on the patio, so join me. The Rainbow Alliance is having a trip to the Integratron. If you do not know what the Integratron is, you definitely should go. It's this place called the Sound Bath. It's in Landers, and you go and you lay down, and they play those crystal bowls that take you to a whole other time and space, and it's very meditative, very wonderful, and very transformative. And it looks like they're leaving after services on the 18th, so they're leaving at 12:30. Coming back at 6, and they're giving you lunch too for $45. That's a great deal for all that. So there are sign-ups on the patio if you're interested. Next, Francine Ward has more classes coming up. For those of you that are interested in publishing a book, she's got a class coming up in June and July on social media, how to get yourself out there, and also on copyright. There's information on the patio about this. There's a special pricing if you want to take both of those, so go to the patio for that information, and if you want to sign up and pay, you do go to Julie for that. So I know that's a lot of direction, but I know you guys are smart enough to figure that out. And last but not least, boy, I'm on a roll today for 9 o'clock. Spirit Tours, if you're interested, if you've been kind of back and forth on going on our spiritual journey to New Zealand and Australia in November, now's the time to make the decision, because I think there's 3 spaces left open, 3 or 4. So if you're interested, you can go see Elizabeth in the office and she'll give you information. And I think I'm done. I am. Thank you for listening. I'm going to hand it over to Reverend Laura. Thank you.
Thank you, Dale. I think I'm on. All right. Okay, so today, I want to thank you, Jerry Lynn, because Jerry Lynn, she knew I was speaking, and so she got one of my favorites to come and speak, to sing today for us, and for me especially. So let's give a warm welcome to Daniel Namod. Where are you, Daniel? Okay, that's my son from another mother, right?
Thank you.
Always good to see you, Daniel.
Hello. 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 Another Sunday. All right, this is cool. Cool to work with such talented musicians, singers,
Yeah.
music directors. Kind of as good as they get, just so you know. In case you haven't been around the country scanning churches like I have for the last 20 years. As good as it gets.
Right,
Is
yeah.
what you have.
I know.
Every Sunday. Lucky you. Well done. You must have done something good. Anyway, so this is a song I wrote a few years back now. It's a little disturbingly autobiographical. Might make you worry about my state of mind, but please don't. And if you personally don't relate to it, I'll bet you have a child, grandchild, brother, or sister, or another crazy person in your family who will relate to it. So, hope you enjoy it. So, a song called That One. That would be the starting note. There's the kind of life when every choice you make's the safe one, predictable. When every moment's like the last one, everything even slightly barely scary is locked away. It's the kind of life where your engine's never gunning, sitting tight, no, your heart is hardly running. Nobody better be messing with the schedule for your usual day. Then there's the kind of life where your pot of gold may never come, where your dream's so big it's never done, where your work feels less like work than fun. Tell you what I want, that one, that one. I want that one, that one. Yeah, give me the kind of life where wrong is sometimes right and black is sometimes white as well. I want that one, that one. Oh yeah, that one, that one. I will fail and I'll succeed. I'll laugh and I will bleed. Every day's a mystery and time will always tell. Look at me, going a million different directions. Messy me, I call it perfect imperfection. Don't bother asking me where I'm headed, cause I really don't know. No, crazy me. Today I may become a rock star. Then again, it would be so cool to drive a NASCAR. Tomorrow I might decide to wrestle crocodiles for Nat Geo. You don't need to say that my pot of gold may never come. I know. My dream's so big it's never done. But if a life can be never-ending fun, tell you what I want. That one, that one. I want that one, that one. Yeah, give me the kind of life where wrong is sometimes right and black is sometimes white as well. I want that one, that one. Oh yeah, that one, that one. I will fail and I'll succeed. I'll laugh and I will bleed. Every day's a mystery and time will always tell. Keep your to-do list to yourself. I'm doing what comes naturally. I don't want to live like no one else. Gotta be true to me. Always be true to me. Yeah, that one. That one. I broke the lights. I want that one. That one. Oh, give me the kind of life where I'm kind of flying blind and black and sometimes white as well. I want that one. That one. Not some boring, ordinary, flat one. I will fail and I'll succeed. I'll laugh and I will bleed. Every day's a mystery. Yeah, that's the life for me. Oh, that's the life for me. That one. Thanks.
Thank you, Daniel. Oh, yes, I want that one. Daniel, aren't you doing the meditation?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So, what a great way to start the morning, right? So when you go into that meditation, I want you to visualize what that one is. I want you to just go to that place within yourself and just feel that life that you want to experience. Maybe it's what you're already experiencing. If it is, just feel that gratitude. So let's just get comfortable in our seats. Let's just take deep breath in. Just let go.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment, here to a new beginning here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Sing with me. Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Diving in. I'm diving in. Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Diving in. I'm diving into the deepest kind of love, to the deepest kind of love, the sweetest kind of life, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
I know I'm here today by a divine urge, a need to be here in this one power, in this place, surrounded with all the people that are here for the same reason, with this divine urge from this one spirit that is everything. All creation is God. And I am eternally connected to God as I am to everyone and to everything. I am a creation of this divine spirit, here to express His love, His goodness, His kindness, love, joy, beauty, peace. These are the attributes that I express, as these are the attributes of God. I know that I have the courage to face each day with a renewed look at who I am and check my values and check my beliefs to make sure that they are in line with the spiritual truth within me. I know that I can walk my life without fear. I choose to walk in faith. I know that anything that has occurred in my life, whether it be a condition, a situation, or experience, does not define who I am. I am a child of God, and I am a beloved of God. And I choose to have the attributes and live in the attributes of God. I choose to examine my beliefs and my values and make sure that they are in alignment with my truth. I know that I am love, and I know that I express kindness and love in every moment. That's my choice. And I am so grateful for all the people that are here today, and I'm so grateful for the message that Reverend Laura is ready to give us. I know that I'm here and I need to be here to hear what she has to say. And the beautiful music sets my soul full of joy, full of happiness, full of life. It renews me. And I'm so grateful for the people that provide this to us every Sunday, and the people that make this work and make this center what it is, a place of sanctuary, of peace and serenity. I release my word to the law of mind, knowing that this is already done. And in doing so, I release any attachment to any outcome that comes into my life, whatever comes into my life. I let go and I let God. If these words resonate with you, please join me in saying, and so it is. Amen.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments. I hear all that could ever be said, and right here in this holy silence, I find God. I find myself. the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. From a world full of chaos and noise, so I wait for these precious moments. I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God. I find myself. You find God. You find yourself. And we find God. We find ourselves.
So let's just take a deep breath in. Just come back into the room.
I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the
and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me, and it returns to me, and it returns to me.
I'm through asking where I'm going. I've been asking all my life. I've grown tired of all this wondering when everything seems to turn out right. So when my mind needs something to do, wants to know the future, I whisper this: I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. So here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. But I'm not afraid this time. Some say it's crazy. Some say naive to close my eyes and take the leap. But I know better, 'cause I believe even in the dark my soul can see. So when my mind plays its usual game, oh, my answer is always the same. Here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. Here goes nothing. I'm taking a chance. I'm opening up, knowing that I'm in good hands. And here goes everything. It's all on the line. Oh, but I'm not afraid this time. No, I'm not afraid this time. No, I'm not afraid this time, 'cause I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way. I'm okay. I've always been, and I'll always be that way.
I love me some Daniel. Wow. Here goes everything. Wow. All right. So, we're given these themes ahead of time and our topics. And I had my talk all written yesterday, and I went into my meditation and did my talk, sent it off, got in my car, and then I heard the news about London. And so I don't know what's coming up today. We'll just see. Okay, so this is the theme for June is accountability. And in our little journal, it says this is one of our values of our teaching, and it's accountability. And we account for our activities, disclose them in a transparent manner, and accept responsibility for our actions and the obligations entrusted to us. Being willing to accept responsibility for our choices is an important key to spiritual living. It means being willing to answer for our actions and to live in such a way that our words and deeds are matched to the spiritual truth of our being. That's who we are. So, today's talk is courage to do the right thing. And I want to share, Dr. Joe doesn't usually do this, but I love Dr. Ken Gordon, who is the spiritual leader for Centers for Spiritual Living. And he usually does like a little video on each week's talk. So I'd like to share that with you, what he had to say about this week's talk.
Reverend Dr. Ken Gordon, spiritual leader for Centers for Spiritual Living, bringing you the June installments for the value themes that we're doing for 2017. The first one we're bringing is for June 4th, and it's done by Reverend Trish Hall from CSL Metro in Washington, D.C. Her topic is the courage to do the right thing, and the theme for June is accountability. Now, I'll tell you something, is we all know what's right and wrong. We know the difference, we know how to operate. And it doesn't necessarily mean that we know it for somebody else, but we know it for our own selves. We know when we're doing a mistake or when we're making a mistake, when we're doing something that is inadequate or ineffective. And yet somehow or other we seem to still be able to do it at times because A, we're not conscious, and B, we perhaps don't have the courage to actually stand up and do what we say we're going to do. Dr. Holmes gave us several quotes around this particular area, which Trish has quoted here. Dr. Holmes said in The Science of Mind, page 56, I am a center in the divine mind, a point of God-conscious life, truth, and action. My affairs are divinely guided and guarded into right action and into correct results. Everything I do, say, or think is stimulated by the truth. There is power in this word I speak because it is of the truth and is the truth. There is perfect and continuous right action in my life and my affairs, and all belief in wrong action right now is dispelled and made negative. Right action alone has power, and right action is power, and power is God, the living Spirit Almighty. This Spirit animates everything that I do, say, or think. Ideas come to me daily, and these ideas are divine ideas. They direct me and sustain me without any effort. I am continuously directed. I am compelled to do the right thing at the right time, to say the right word at the right time, and to follow the right
to be able to act from an authentic being, from what we know to be right and wrong, from what we know is the direction our life needs to take, is the direction that is required. We live in a universe where everything has value, including ourselves. And when we fault that value, when we create a dysfunction through it, what happens is we actually skew the cosmos. It's very, very important that we act from our own heart, from our own understanding and our own appreciation of what is correct, what is right, and what it is for us to do. The courage to take right action is the first step to enlightenment, and it's the first step to awakening. Please have a joyous Sunday, and I'll talk to you next week. Love you. Bye-bye.
So, kind of sets the tone for today. So, I want to start with a quote by Winston Churchill. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Right? That the last part sometimes is harder. Because, you know, what we're studying, my book study, we're doing Do You Quantum Think? And a couple of weeks ago, one of the focus of our lessons was to really listen to people. To really, what happens is if somebody is, at least for me, I guess I can't speak for all of us, but for myself, usually when people are sharing a different point of view, my head's already going how I'm going to counter that. Like, oh, this is a bunch of, what are they thinking? You know, my head's already going and I'm getting my argument ready for how I'm going to combat that. But something happens when you really just listen to somebody, to really be with them in that moment and try to really understand and hear from their perspective instead of being in your head. And then you speak. Then you speak. You allow them to hear what they say, digest it, and then see where spirit guides you. But also, it's important for us to have the courage to speak up. To speak up in when somebody is, and to know that your voice is just as important to be heard. And we do it from a place of love, from a place of who we are, guided by that divine wisdom that is within us. And we need more of that. We need more listening, and we need more speaking from a place of love. So this is our affirmation for today. My affairs are divinely guided and guarded in right action into correct results. So I want you to know, we've had it seems like every time lately, I don't talk to you that often, but it seems like many of the times when I speak to you, there's been some incident in the world. And we get into fear. And so I want you to live your life from this affirmation, that my affairs, everywhere I am, everything I do, I am being divinely guided and guarded in right action into correct results. And knowing that whatever you do you're being guided and guarded. I wanted to also share with you, and I forgot at the very beginning, this is a statement also that Dr. Ken put out. It's a statement on climate change and environmental sustainability. And he wrote, Centers for Spiritual Living believes in the oneness of all life and creation. We envision a world free of homelessness, violence, war, hunger, separation, and disenfranchisement. We see a world that has renewed its emphasis on beauty, nature, and love through creative art and aesthetics. We recognize the evidence of science. Human activity is the main cause of the climate crisis, and human creativity can be used to reverse its effects. The climate crisis is seen in extreme weather, changes to seasonal patterns, rising sea levels, species extinction, the melting of glaciers, and shrinking of the polar ice caps. Climate change will affect not only our generation, but our children, our grandchildren, and all future generations of humanity, as well as all other forms of life. It is a moral issue. The predicted impact of climate change will have a disproportionate impact on the least developed countries and on those in poverty who are least responsible for the emissions of greenhouse gases. It will displace whole populations, and we lament the potential loss of culture, identity, and belonging. We urge our member communities to do what they can to be wise stewards of the climate and the environment in all phases of our operations, and to encourage members to do so in the homes and workplace. We call upon religious, political, and social leaders to address the climate change crisis as an urgent moral issue. We urge local and state government to support and invest in energy conservation and renewable energy development. We urge national governments, including the United States, to respond to global warming with great urgency and firm leadership by enacting and supporting mandatory measures that reduce greenhouse gas emissions and environmentally responsible practices. We join with other organizations, including the Association for Global New Thought, the Parliament of World Religions, and the Universalist Association in taking a principled stand on this issue. The time for morally responsible action is now. And so regardless of where you stand on this, it doesn't matter. I was really delighted to see our governor for the state of California stand up and say that our EPA regulations are even more stringent than the federal. That we demand higher levels or lower levels of the gases coming out and so forth, and that California is the 6th largest economy in the world. And our economy is not suffering because of our regulations. And I love that our governor is standing up and saying, no, we are going to stick with it and even look for more ways to cut down on that. And so, as a state, we are taking action. We don't need anybody to tell us what to do, because we have the courage as individuals to do what we can to make the world a better place. And we are accountable for our actions. And so that's all we can be as individuals, is to be accountable and have the courage to do what's right individually. The old law about an eye for an eye leaves everybody blind. The time is always right to do the right thing. And I love that, that is, from the Bible says, an eye for an eye. And so many people, we as human beings, for generations and decades and thousands of years, have been doing that. Saying, well, that is what God's word is, an eye for an eye. If somebody does this to me, I do this to you. And we're both then blind. And so what is ours to do? What is our responsibility? We talk about, the Bible, and we teach that we were made in the image and likeness of God. We've heard that. Well, what's happened is we have made God human. We have made God human, and why would God do this? And why would God let this bombing happen? And they need to be punished, and that isn't what God is. God is that divine energy within each and every one of us, and we each need to take that responsibility. What we've been studying in Do You Quantum Think is how really we are all connected. Every one of us is responsible for the whole. And it is up to each one of us to always, in each moment, not just because somebody is watching you, but because you know what the right thing is to do. You take that right action. You see that everybody is important, and we don't judge. We don't judge because we don't know. Now, this might sound a little strange to you. But you know, when we had the bombing a couple weeks ago at the concert over in Manchester, and then with what happened yesterday, yes, I was very sad for those that were affected and the family. But really think about it. Think about how miserable those people who did what they did had to feel. How disconnected they truly are from who they are and from the truth of this world. You know, we look at this and we go, oh my God, the world is going friggin' crazy. You know, all this, we've got all these bad people. We've got to build walls. We have to stop people from coming here and doing this and that to protect ourselves. And I get that. I understand the fear, but this is an old energy of humanity that is coming forth. We didn't have instantaneous news before. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have people with their phones that on real time were showing us these things, and we're all living on our phones and on our iPads. We didn't see this. There are 8.5 billion people on this planet, and you have a few bad cells out of 8.5 billion. All those other ones are us. Those are the healthy, loving cells. It's like if you go in for a CAT scan and they go, oh, you've got cancer cells. You know, that is terrifying to some people, but they're not seeing the God cells. They're not seeing the spirit that's within you, that divinity that's within you, and that's when you have to call forth that courage. They're only seeing those few cells out of the billions. Let us not focus on the few cancerous cells. Let us be the healthy cells. So when we align with the truth about us, doing the right thing no longer seems to require courage. But we each have our own divine truth. We are each on our divine path. And whatever that path is, it's not just about for yourself. Yes, if you have to be healthy, you have to be happy, but you have to take that truth of who you are. You know, we're sitting here at our center, and we have our form of truth here. And then over there at the Lutheran Church, they have their form of truth that works. And I know that that inspires them in their way. And we have the Greek Orthodox, and we have the Catholics and the Baptists and whatever. We are all on this path, and we each have our truth. Where we get in trouble is when we say, well, Annie, your truth is the wrong truth. This is the right truth. Right? She's always doing that to me. No, but Annie will share. If Annie doesn't agree with something from a very loving place, Annie will say, well, I don't quite see it that way. And she will say it. And then, but if you're listening, you go, oh, wow, I see how she's seeing it. It's really the way I'm seeing it too, but I'm being more harsh about it. And Annie's always soft about it. And so when we align with the truth about us, we have nothing to fear. You know, I've been doing, I told you I went to see Anita Moorjani, so I've been doing a lot of reading. It seems like it's been coming to me about what happens life after our death, our transition. And it's so fascinating. You know, of course, who knows, right? I mean, we don't really know. But don't you know, don't you feel within yourself that you've always been? You've always been, and you will always be. And the way that this book that I'm reading now, written by some nun who made her transition and is now communicating with her really good friend that's a nun. And what she talks about is people like the terrorists, when they make their transition, they are lovingly accepted on the other side. and they're brought in there to have them heal, because their souls were tormented, and they're in there. It's almost like a hospital where they're loving them and helping them see what they did and the consequences of their actions, and how they, and what I also read that, okay, if you were the person that maybe was the attacker, you might have been, or been the victim of an attack, you might have been in a previous life the one who did the attacking. And this is what we play all parts. You were a man, you were a woman in another life, you were gay, you were straight, a mother, a father, a soldier, we play all the parts. It's one big play. And who do you show up? And our job here is to be that love in all circumstances, to live in that place of having the courage to do what needs to be done. So let's say our affirmation together, please. My affairs are divinely guided and guarded in right action into correct results. Jesus is quoted as having said, if you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you. And so there's something here. We have all come here for a divine purpose. You know when you're not doing what you should be doing in your life. You know it, you feel it, and you say, oh, but I have to do this. I have responsibilities, and I get that. But don't let your life be, find the joy in your life. I have come to this conclusion that I've been seeing people lately that have physical challenges or whatever their challenges are. And what I'm noticing is we have forgotten how to play. We are so busy doing, we have forgotten how to be. Make sure you bring out that little person within you and play and enjoy life again. Run barefoot through the grass and laugh and play. And I was sharing that. Yesterday I was driving out of my complex and I saw a father and a son riding their bikes, and the little boy had his helmet on, and he had a bicycle like my oldest son. He was riding and he was so happy. And I cried because I remembered my children when they were little like that, and those are gone. That time is gone. But when you're a child, everything, remember how everything was exciting, everything was new, and everything was like an adventure. I mean, when I grew up, of course, we didn't have laptops and computers and stuff. We played outside, and every day we'd be out there, and a stick would be our sword, a rock, we'd stand out, whatever, and we would use our imagination and play. And so we need to get back to that as human beings. Jeff and I just had a conversation about how people are always on their cell phones. You go to dinner and you see everybody checking their messages. They're not even talking to each other. What has happened? We need to get connected again. When you're driving down, when I drive through my neighborhood and I see people walking, I don't even know them. They probably think I'm crazy, but I wave at them. I look at them and I wave at them. We need to do that. We need to look at each other again and see the divinity in each other. We have to have the courage instead of walking, walking with our blinders. We need to see each other and know that we are all part of a whole, and we need to bring out our joy. Don't die with your song within you. You have to do the right thing, and you may never know what results come from your action, but if you do nothing, there will be no result. That bombing in Manchester, there were homeless people that were outside of that venue, and when the bomb exploded, they didn't run away. They ran to help those people. They were pulling out nails and shrapnel out of the victims. They were helping stop the bleeding. They weren't worried for themselves. And I really want to believe that that is what our human nature is, that in those moments we will, when we're called forth, we will take that divine action. That is the courage to do the right thing. And you don't know what that result will be. And so you just do it. You just show up as human beings and you do it. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Yes, each and every one of us has fear from time to time. That's our mechanism that from eons to protect ourselves, to say, uh-oh, pay attention here, something could hurt you. But that is where we need to know, and we need to know that Spirit is with us. We need to know that our lives are eternal, and that this is the only life I have right now, and I'm going to live it from that place of courage, from that place of joy, from that place of knowing that Spirit is always with me. Do you remember when you were a child and you were going, maybe having an experience, going maybe to somebody's house, and your mother said, okay, now be polite, don't do this, and make sure you say please and thank you, and you go in and you meet all these people for the first time and you're afraid, but there's also your parents, your mommy or your daddy holding your hand. And you knew as long as you might even peek behind their legs to see what was going on because you weren't sure. And you were afraid, but as long as you had your parents' hand or somebody who was there that you trusted, you had the courage until you got the lay of the land. Well, that hand is Spirit within each and every one of us. That is always with us. Nothing can harm you. Yes, you could die, but that's not you. That is not who you are. You are so much more than that. So be sure that you know that you are always with Spirit. God or Spirit isn't something out there. It is here. It is within you. It is surrounding you. You don't have to go looking for it. It is always there. So there is oneness or a collective unconscious, a form of energy or life force that contains all beings and all matter. We are individuations of the one. So I want you, if you leave with nothing here today, other than knowing that you are part of the whole. You are the divine individual expressions. You have the power to create the life you want. You have to have the courage to do it. And what this world needs now, more than anything, which we need, and I do believe it is the future. I do believe it's coming. You know, change. We look at the world and go, oh my God, what is happening? Yes, the world is changing. And the world is also waking up to what is important. And what is going to be important for the next generations, for our life, is integrity, compassion, that realization that we are all one. We are part of the whole. So there is the earth. You don't see any individuals there. It is all part. We are all part of that. And so what I've done is, Annie gave me this idea. She said, Dr. Tom did this years ago. This is a puzzle, and it is a puzzle of the earth. And I want, as you leave here today, each of you to take a piece of the puzzle. And I want this to be like a touchstone for you. I want you to know that you are all part of the whole. That picture would not be complete without you or without everyone. And I want your peace. I want you to know that how beautiful and pristine your peace is and how integral it is to this planet. And that you need to be accountable. And you need to have the courage and the compassion to show up and be the best piece of this earth that you can be. And I guarantee you that as you do that, there might be a piece that belongs next to you that might be not feeling so good. But you will affect that because we are all one. And what you put into that consciousness of that planet, it affects everyone. And so you are important. Everybody is important. Don't let any negativity get you down cause you to go into fear, be angry. Live your life to the fullest. Be who you came here to be. Yes, hold people accountable. Don't be a doormat for people, but do it with love. Do it with dignity. Remember who you are. I hold the whole world in my hands. So let us say together, my affairs are divinely guided and guarded in right action into correct results. And so it is. Thank you.
Wow, right? Daniel, you're going to be doing something fantastic for us. We're doing our...
Don't prejudge. We'll see.
Honey, I know. I don't
We'll see.
judge. I know. Okay, so this is the time that we
Don't
do
jump
our
to conclusions.
offertory. And I'd like to ask the ushers to come forward. And for those of you who are live streaming, there is a place on your screen where you can give us a love offering. And I just can't emphasize enough how much we rely upon your love offerings to support our center so that we can do this all year long and give plentifully to you. So we're very, very grateful for all you can give to us. You can also text your tithe in. As you can see, the information is behind me. So let us go ahead and say our prayer. And here we go. Say it with me, please. I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and prosper. I know my offering and my commitment to the center allow us to do great work in the world. And so it is.
All right. One more song. Hello again. What did you say it was going to be? Fantastic?
Something great and just off the
Brilliant,
charts.
maybe?
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely.
Spectacular.
Brilliant. Spectacular. Like never, ever.
Awe-inspiring.
Awe-inspiring, indeed, yes.
All right.
All of the above. And
No
then,
pressure.
And
Here
then
we go.
some.
All right. You know what? This is the song that comes to mind listening to Laura's talk, and it's. I write songs with different purposes, really. Some of them seem obvious to me. Some of them are subtle to me. Some of them I have kind of figured out in my own life, and some of them I learn every time I sing them, or I don't learn and make me a hypocrite. You know. And this is a song. This is a song that kind of seems simple, except that for me, there's multiple layers to it, kind of like the story of courage. And I hope you enjoy it. It's a song from my most recent album. I've sung a bunch of songs from an album called Time for Fire today, but this one's from the more recent one, Cornerstone. Coincidentally, subtitled Songs of Comfort and Courage, I just realized. So here's a song kind of about both, comfort and courage. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for having me, and have a wonderful Sunday afternoon. Seek air conditioning. Here we go. We've all heard this kind of story. Somebody's diagnosed that their time is suddenly short. And in the back of our minds, we wonder, what if that news was mine? Would we do more of the same with the moments that remain? Would we live like we were dying? Why wait? Why wait for that fateful fall, for that wake-up call? Why wait until it's too late? There is only today. We've all heard this kind of story. An earthquake strikes the coast of a distant land. It seems like every time we come together as humankind, we make a different choice, and kindness cuts through all the noise, and we're suddenly united. Why wait? Why wait for that pouring rain, for that hurricane? Why wait until it's too late? There is only today. Why wait? And when an ambulance goes by, everybody pulls aside. The holidays put smiles on every face. So tell me, what's the reason why we need excuses to decide we are part of only one human race? We've all heard this kind of story. Someone keeps her dream a secret all her life. Why wait? Why wait? 'Cause if we don't try, oh, that dream may die. Why wait until it's too late? Let the future fall away. Let regret evaporate. There is only today. Why wait?